Hi, this is Cynthia Ortiz. It is December 5th, 2022. These are the Charles Perry and his Mensa Queen Club Stalker podcast. It is, like I said, December 5th, Monday, 2022. And Mr. Perry is not getting it still. This guy wants to be governor. And I don't know how that's going to happen if he cannot understand what people say. And you have to repeat yourself all the fucking time. To me, it's embarrassing. We're embarrassed for him that he can't seem to understand. People don't like crime. They don't like to watch you making me suffer, guys, all of you. They don't like your crime. They don't like sex trafficking and human trafficking. They don't like slavery. They don't like obstruction of justice and perjury and destruction of evidence. They don't like attempted murder and murder. They don't like stealing from women and children. So they made it a crime. Society made it a crime. They don't like crime that showed up in the polls. What made you think yours would be okay? So when you do this crap to me, we get more. And we just did tonight. Every time Mr. Perry contacts me, we get more. Because I don't like him contacting me, I asked him to stop. For years, a decade. I left. I moved twice to get away from him. My friends are tired of hearing me scream, "Leave me alone, please get away from me." Day after day after day after day. They want to hear me laugh again. They want to see me thrive again and have a good life and a good place to live like I used to before I met you, and you ruin everything. Everybody's very angry at you people. So we have a very easy time getting information. You have not one name of any officer involved in the Need to Know that tells me what you just said. You have not one. We've got like a bunch of names from people involved with your organization of trafficking and exploitation of women and children. You're told on and told on and told on and told on. You don't have a real love life, Mr. Perry. You're like a little baby watching TV playing with little girl toys, pretending that's your life. It is pathetic. It is pathetic. It's boring. It's strange-o. You're bizarre. You're pissing everybody off. People with a lot of power. A whole lot of power. More power in their pinky toe than you, Dave, Josh, Joe, Matt, and all your little minions will ever have put together. We can get names, you can't. We can get information from right inside your criminal organization, and you can't. We caught y'all again tonight. When you contact me, that happens. We're going to use all this so that you go to jail like everybody else when they do these criminal acts, intending to cause an injury. We get the information beforehand, sir, not after. So we can establish premeditation. The penalties are a lot stiffer when there's malicious aforethought. You sat down, you said, "I intend to cause a catastrophic injury to this person who moved twice to get away from me. Wants not a fucking thing to do with me. Hasn't done anything. I've not lost my home, my car, my relatives, nothing. You have caused one catastrophic loss after another for me and a lot of other people. You're hated. All of you are hated. We have no problem getting information because of it. Your contact, Mr. Perry, is disgusting to me. It's creepy. It's weirdo. You're a weirdo. You're a creepy little fucked up weirdo. Sick, twisted motherfucker. Everybody cannot wait to see you locked up so that I can have a good life again. I can work wherever I want to work, make however much money I want to make. Buy my own clothes, buy my own stuff like I have before. None of what, where I live and when I'm working and what I'm driving is not your business, is it? You are not invited to Oklahoma. Since I've come here, you followed me here uninvited, and you have done nothing but torment, threaten, pester, menace, torture, bother, steal, murder, attempt to murder, and everybody is sick of it. If people don't like crime, why did you think that they would like yours? Why do you think that, David? Calvin, Lucius, all you criminal bitches? Why do you think that if America spoke out and said, "We want crime dealt with appropriately, we don't like it. It's out of control"? What made you think they would like yours? So, we can get names like Lucius, Calvin, Blankenship, Desiree, Monique, Beverly, people involved with your criminal bullshit. Sonjay, right? Geppetto. And nobody will give you even one. If our guys are anonymous, they can get a whole lot more work done, can't they? They can get what you just said to me every time. Of almost fucking 98% of the time we get it first. Before you have a chance to do it. We're not going to wait till after you do it to say something. We're going to say something the second we get it. This is all repeat. I've said all of this before. You've been caught again. Trying to make me destitute. Take her car. Make her destitute. Make her eat out of a dumpster. Make sure there's no school money. Make her drop out of school. So that she is coerced by way of grand larceny with intent to coerce and interference with contracts and commerce with intent to coerce into obstructing justice and becoming a part of our crime because she's refusing to do it voluntarily. And that is disgusting. And we got you talking about it. We want to take her computer. We want to take her car. When you had me kicked out of Sky Motel, didn't know any money. Everything had been paid up to that point. What I said to Lynn when she came banging on my door, I think I went to the front desk. And I said, I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to go out to get some money and I'll be back about 4. Like I always say, pretty much. I think there was only one time that it was a little later than 4. The rest of the time it was right around 4. And I have a choice. I can pay for 1 day. I can pay for 3 days. I can pay for a week. I can pay for 2 weeks. I can pay for a month. That's all up to me. So she starts screaming at me. Nope, you can't go back to your room. You've been locked out. You can't take your stuff. We're going to call the cops if you don't leave. You thought my computer was going to be in there, didn't you? We heard you talking about it. Should have taken her car and her computer before we did that. You want my computer so I can't do school. You want my car so I can't work and make money and pay my phone bill. What are my guys going to do to you when you do that? What will the guys that get the information you just said, that included, what are they going to do to you if you do that? Charles, you're repulsive to me. You disgust me. I feel nothing for you but deep, deep, deep disgust. You're creepy. You're boring. Get off your ass. Stop perverting around all day and go work. What lie do you tell your wife and kids that you do, that you're doing with your time while you're up here causing one problem after another drama, after more problems, after more drama in Oklahoma, threatening people, ruining people that don't, you don't mean anything to us. There's not one legitimate reason for you to be in Oklahoma or messing with people in Oklahoma. Not one cotton picking reason. Not one. Every contact that you make with me makes my skin crawl. You're fucking creepy. The creepy guy doesn't get a real love life. The creepy guy gets made fun of in jail. You're that guy. You're not hot, you're not sexy, you're not Prince Charming, you're not a gentleman. The guy said that. That's not his girlfriend. He's trafficking her. Remember the girl at Lady Godiva's? The Texas Mafia bunch was in here. By the way, every time Fabian's name comes up, they shit themselves. I've never seen so many old farts, wealthy guys, shit themselves over something like that, like they do when Fabian's name comes up. Every time his name comes up, they shit themselves. It is bizarre. And this isn't about a date. This is about something else. What is going on? What did Joe get me into? I just came to work. They're telling us, don't let you talk about Fabian. And that we're supposed to make you like Mr. Perry. And if you refuse, try to find a way to put you back in jail. I didn't graduate high school. I had to drop out to take care of my family. Because they were all drug addicts. Nobody was paying the bills, getting food. I had to drop out of high school to go work full time to take care of my parents and my sister, or my, and I know that's not how you get a date. You get, I get a Snapchat from some guy and he's like, yeah, do you want to go out? Do you want to hang out? Yeah, sure. We go hang out. Otherwise, no, thanks, not into you. And everybody goes on to the next thing. This bitch comes in here with his, strange-o club. She used different words. I don't even remember now what she said, but she said that this guy comes in here and wants us to make you like him. That's his job. That's not my job. That's his job. And he's a weirdo. I can see why you don't like him, and he's cruel. He's mean. I can see why you don't like him. This Fabian guy is fighting for you, and they're scared of him. What did Joe get me into? What's really going on here? This is not about getting a date. And I said, you're right, it's not. I'll have somebody be in touch with you. I can't tell you. I can't talk to you about it. So our guy went in and talked to her, and I'm not going to tell you how many people they talked to or what all about. It was a productive trip, he said. So you make people very, very uncomfortable, very, very disturbed, very, very creeped out. All your contact with me is unwanted, Mr. Perry. And when you contact me anyway, after I've asked you to stop it, we get more. So tonight, first of all, remember I'm eating about 3 times a week. It's gotten a little better the last couple of weeks, but not much. So now, I mean, I used to have if somebody's offended by this, I'm sorry, but I'm kind of not. Because I want, you need to see the true, how bad this is. I had a, plump, I wasn't fat, but I had a, healthy body. And now I look like these people. That, if I have clothes on, you can't see it, but I mean, literally skin just hanging off me. Literally skin is hanging off me. It looks bad. I look like a damn concentration camp person myself. And that happens when you're only eating, 2 to 3 times a week. I'll go days without food. Because when Mr. Perry said I'm going to starve her into a lie, until she lies or dies, whichever comes first, all of this, look how far back that goes. And I think I skipped a few pages because it was just getting to be so many. I'm going to starve her until she lies. I'm going to starve her until she lies. There was a drastic decline in my quality of life once I got in touch with Gene Mitchell and talked to him about the innocence of his client, Mr. Neely. And that's witness tampering, and it's bad. You're going to get charged with witness tampering, and the act will be assault, because you expressed the intent to cause bodily injury, and you have. You have. So, when we get all this information before you do it, it is because you contacted me after I told you to cut it the fuck out. You're creeping me out. You're invading my privacy. My guys invade yours. They have a court order, though, and you don't. Or you have a leak. Or both. And, you reap what you sow. And, when you take my money when I'm broke, the longer I'm broke, the longer Mike's in jail, the more of these we get. Before you do it. Look at all those recordings of you, Mr. Perry, that I typed up in an email. We're going to starve her till she lies. He's going to, by starvation, I guess. My body literally looks like that with skin just hanging off me. It's bad. I've also been battling either bronchitis or pneumonia. You have coughing spasms. You can't stop. You just start coughing, and it's just like a spasm. And I've almost choked a couple of times, like choked to death. Like I've had to grab my throat, and it's bad. And I'm working while I have all that. So my ex-husband, I did call him, and I said, listen, I'm sick. I need your help. I need to be in bed. I need to not go to work tonight. I need to go to bed, get well. Start screaming and yell at me, and what a loser I am, blah, blah, blah. And I go, you're not listening to me. What I said is, I've been working a lot so that I don't have to call you. And I'm sick now because I'm not getting any sleep. I'm not getting any food. Charles is trying to starve me out of, into a lie, just like he said. He made a threat. Now he's trying to carry it out. You know how he is. I don't care about that. Come to Texas. Why? So I can live in your house and you treat me like that in your house? No thanks. No thank you. I shouldn't have to ask for help. My guy said her privacy is not to be invaded again. I'd never consented to that. That is the sickest, most vulgar, disgusting, obscene crime on the planet, and it is a felony to invade a woman's privacy the way you all do. Both hacking and voyeurism. And deprivation of basic human rights and needs like food and shelter is what got this started and opened to begin with. And you act like you have no idea what those words mean. Mr. Perry, how the fuck do you think people would trust you to be the governor, be smart enough to run a state, when you have to have the same thing fucking repeated to you over and over and over and over? Things that most of us never have to be told. when you do that, it's a crime. And it's a crime because people don't like it when you do that. And if you do things people don't like, they're not going to like you. You can't get one name. We've got like 7. We have your code words. Rumpelstiltskin, Yellow Brick Road, Weeble Wobbles, Muffin Man, Hansel and Gretel, Ratatouille, Rumpelstiltskin, Pin the Tail on the Donkey. Those are the code words you guys use when you're going to do something to me. Depending on what it is, right? Nobody else has that. I have that. Any other victim have that? I have that. What are the guys that gave it to me? What are they going to do if you take my computer and make me destitute? Ape shit. When I first started telling people I'm going to get I finally rebuilt my credit. It took 5 years. But I finally rebuilt my credit. Now I can get an apartment. Finally. I don't have to live in a hotel anymore. And I wanted a new car because you banged up the last one. I'm going to take your car away. I'm going to take her car away. We'll wreck it. We'll ruin the engine. I'll take her car away. Every fucking night you call here asking them to take my car away. Don't you? You did again tonight, and we caught it. We caught it again. We do every time pretty much. So, make her destitute. One day he will kill me. Right now it's by starvation because my butt looks like that. Skin hanging off of it. Doesn't look like it used to. There's a drastic decline in my life, quality of life, since I came out to testify for Mike Neely. Remember, we in 2020, March 2020, when Mr. Perry was offering me a bribe then, after we found out Mike had been drugged, started trying to get in touch with the Florida State's attorney. He's not listening to me. I'm screaming, throwing a fit. He didn't do it. You got the wrong guy. No, I got nothing back. Not anything. And he has a legal obligation and a fiduciary obligation to the people in his state who pay the taxes for his job, that pays his job, his salary, puts a roof over his head and all that, for the court to be fair and truthful. It is not supposed to be a frame-up situation, and it is. It's the frame-up of a murder of a cop. You don't think that resonates with good cops? I don't know what the hell the bad cops think. I don't care. They're not on my list of people I want to know what they think. They're bad people. They ruin law enforcement for everybody else. They ruin it. It's your kind that gets people killed. Like Chief Miller. And almost dead, framed Mike Neely. And almost dead, almost framed Cynthia. So, I'm not a cop, but I'm a person. You get people killed when you can't do your job right. And you run, then we have, a big, loud protest thing that sweeps the country called defunding police. Well, we don't want that. We don't want police defunded. But you might push it to a situation where it's demanded, and you're gone. If you want to keep your job, you better start doing your job and doing it well. And if you can't do it right, don't do it at all. Go home. Because you're using our money, to fuck around. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. So, my response to that was, you get sensations full of paying customers since you ran everybody off. What they would do is rent the whole club out and send his 5 guys in with canned food. We'll take your steak. The paying customers, we'll run them out, rent the whole club, and then we'll send our 5 guys in to just barely tip. Or buy from everybody but her. And so what happens is the customers that are paying customers that are not a part of your creepy guy Mensa Queen Club, they'll drive all the way out there to find that they can't go in. It's been rented. They'll only do that once or twice, and then they're not going to do that anymore. So they quit. So I said, get that place full of paying customers, get Tristan and Fabian up here so we can talk, and you butt out. You don't need to know anything we talk about. Get Michael Neely home, give me my money back, and get the fuck out of my life, and I never want to hear from you again. And a reporter had then commented, had they done what she said, we can all see Mike Neely doesn't have a mark on him. He wasn't in a fight. He's found drugged, overdosed with opioids. And we don't know where those opioids came from. They weren't found. There was nothing found in their belongings. Nothing. So how did he end up, with that opioid overdose? In respiratory distress and unconscious and not a mark on him. And Chief Miller beat to death. His face looked bad. Unrecognizable, I hear. Extensive damage over his head, neck, and face, the Creek County DA said. So, how did that happen? Red swollen right hand. Well, there's an IV in it. But if you beat somebody's head back and forth so hard, his head comes off his body and he dies of internal decapitation, he's going to have broken fingers, he's going to have he's going to look like he was in a fight. And yet he doesn't. So had they done what she said, and it doesn't look like they're trying to coerce her, she's doing good financially, they get Mike home, they want to frame somebody from the meth bust, who should be in jail anyway. Then if she continued to assert that they killed Chief Miller, we'd say she's wrong, if not a little bit crazy, even if they did. It just wouldn't look like they did. But that's not what they've done. They have gone at her witness tampering like a motherfucker, and it's sickening to watch. Sickening to watch. And they did frame Mike. So they don't back the blue. They attacked the blue. And it's sickening. So now we know they killed Chief Miller and framed Mike. Now we know they did. Doesn't matter what they say. The facts don't support what they say. They support what she said. Their evidence here doesn't look like he was in a fight. And they're trying as hard as they can to starve me until I lie. But I already said it. He was drugged. I said it in March. They didn't take depositions confirming that till May. So what did you want me to lie about? That he was drugged? And I knew before anybody else said it? I'm a really good guesser and all? Or that it was confirmed months later? That Gene Mitchell was going to change his story from what he told the media? The interview exonerates my client, he said in February. To a whole different thing in court, to the jury. He fell on him with his magic ass, beat him to death. Didn't even make sense. That's what I texted him in October. The trial was March 30th, 2021. In October of 2020, I said, don't say what you're going to say. It doesn't even make sense. Don't do it. It's not plausible. He did it anyway. So how many recordings do they have of you guys telling him to do that? Yeah, and what are those guys that get that information? What are they going to do to you if you continue to hurt me? Continue to hurt Mike. See, people in general don't like crime. Why did you think they would like yours? So we can get information very easily because people want it stopped. That's why we're getting the information, to put a stop to it. You get charged, you get convicted, there's restitution, and the more we get, the easier it'll be to do all that, right? For all of you, not just Charles, all of you. It's racketeering, RICO Act violations. She said the same thing, he's gonna kill me, and then he did. And he's gonna starve her. Look how many months. Look how long this goes back. I mean, it's just way back, over and over. They're talking about starving me until I lie. Starving me until I lie. We're gonna starve her back to Texas so we can make her lie, where we can do more to her. You said. And you want my computer, so I can't do my schoolwork. I have to drop out of college. Then there's no more college funds. I'm almost done with college, actually. So how many of you sit around trying to figure out how to make me, fail? How many of you old fart weirdos, sex weirdos, try to sit around and have a meeting and try to make me fail? And talk about making me destitute, to force me against my will to lie. Or to move. How many of you are there? This is Mickey James. I mean, these are all the death threats and crap you guys have been trying to do for a long time. I bought charcoal to absorb that poison, because you poisoned me too. There's 2 of us now. Right after 2 of us, 7 days. I'm sorry, 2 of us. 2 police reports. Mine was not handled according to protocol, and neither was Justice Scalia's. There was protocol not followed on his death either. So there's 2 people. There's a pattern. We spot the pattern the second time it happens. No protocol followed on my police report in January 21st, 2016. No protocol. William O. Ritchie, murder cop of DC Police, said, why wasn't protocol followed when Justice Scalia died in West Texas, where Charles Perry lives? where I was, and y'all were planning to make the false claim of being harassed every time we told on you. Gonna perpetrate a fraud upon the highest court in the land. Everybody in jail knew about it. Everybody in jail talked about it. Everybody in jail said, get rid of your phone. Here's what he's gonna do. Right during that time, when you guys were planning that, and you told everybody in town, I guess, it was all over the jail. They all told me. Here's, they're gonna lie. They're gonna lie. Justice Scalia was a First Amendment guy. So he's in, all of us are in West Texas when he dies. William O. Ritchie says, why wasn't protocol followed when he died in his death investigation as it would have been had he died in D.C.? He's in West Texas. Right where all that was. That's, I don't know. That's not fishy. That's not fishy at all. That's pattern 1. My report was given to the offender. That's not protocol. I don't live in Texas. I haven't for 9 years. I live in Oklahoma for 9 years. You don't need to be up here. You don't legislate in Oklahoma. You don't have any business being here. What lie do you tell your wife, Jacqueline, and your kids, Jordan and Matthew, that you're doing when you're up here and bothering me all the time? What kind of betrayal? That's some pretty serious betrayal. You promised your wife you would love her until death do you part. And yet you're always up here bothering me. Trying to flirt with me, and I'm like, ew. You act like you think you're bait. You act like you think I like that. Ew. I've made it clear I don't. And I don't care what you think. I don't like anything about you. No one does. That's why we can get information and you can't. We can get the information because the information is being used to make you stop. You don't get that? You can't be governor if you can't understand what people are saying to you, and they have to repeat themselves all the time for you. So, 44% increase in deaths of domestic violence victims. Murder. Right here. Yep, not a good thing. McNamara email, you carried out that threat too. Take her car. You're trying to carry it out again tonight. Get her back to Texas where we can do more to hurt her. Yep. Get her kicked out of her home. Can't do it because we take her money. That's what you did do. That's what ultimately you did do. And you're trying to do the same thing with my car. Make it where she can't pay for anything. Grand larceny with intent to coerce. Interference with contracts and commerce with intent to coerce. That's what the charges will be, he tells me. Assault. Attempted murder. Yep. And then, so we'll do it on smoking. We got Calvin's name right after this. We got Calvin's name after this. After the Sky Motel thing where you had all my shit thrown in the trash. All my clothes, everything, gone. We got Geppetto, we got Lucius, we got Sonjay, we got Monique, and now Beverly. Because my guys go apeshit on you, and I told you they would. And when you contact me, they go apeshit on you, we get more. When you invade my privacy in any way, shape, or form, we get more. You cause me a loss or a problem at all, I lose an eyelash because of you. A penny, a minute because of you, we get more. It's been that way every day since this one. 2015. Every fucking day. Weeble wobbles, but they don't. We're like Weeble wobbles. We wobble, but we don't fall down. Violent offenders, domestic violence offenders, typically go at the car. So we have a ride service set up for these women. Yeah. How did you know Mike had to be begged to go to Pensacola? He didn't want to go. You coerced him. Go to Pensacola, Mike. It'll be fun. So that you could blow his life up. You already had that planned. Who are the other victims of the senator? You want to know which ones are talking to us? Yeah. It looks like a concerted effort to take her home away. We want to serve her with something. We want to sue her. For what? Not liking you weirdos? Yeah. Tonight was supposed to be a pullover. So, I texted my attorney. I get an order from Charlie's Chicken. Pull up. Hit arrived at the store. Walk in. I'm sorry. I hit arrived at the store. I quick text my attorney this. They want this one. Quick text that to Mr. Miller. Hit arrived at the store. Walk in the store. Take the food. Come out. Hit confirm pickup. At which time I get an address. And that sure shit, look at the intersection right there, Mingo and 71st. So you hacked my Dasher app so that you can get me in certain places to be pulled over where you can have somebody else set up. Did he get all set up tonight? Then we found out. So, we got all that. So they wanted to take my car again. Put her in a shelter. Yeah, get her computer away from her. We need her, we want no ability to make money. No ability to pay a phone bill. No ability to go online and do her homework. No school money. No degree. We're going to interfere with all those contracts. All that commerce. And her right to privacy. Yep. Legal right to privacy. So, because in order to do that, you got to violate my privacy. So we got it. When Charles contacts me, we would get more. When he poses a threat, we get more. When you try to cause me a problem or a loss, or do cause a problem or a loss, we get more. The longer I'm broke, longer Mike's in jail, we get more. Nothing else has happened in 13 years but that. There's never been a date. There is no cover-up. $25 million didn't cover up shit, did it? The crime has never been this uncovered in your lives. If you can't understand what people say, Mr. Perry, and spot a pattern, things have to be repeated to you all the time, you cannot be a governor. You're not qualified. You're not smart enough. So if you want to be governor, you better start getting some help understanding what people say to you. I don't like you. I don't date men like you. I don't date a man unless he makes sure I don't miss a meal. I don't date a man who can't respect my boundaries. I don't date a man who's boring and sits around and does what a 1-year-old little girl could do. Watch TV, pretend, and play with little girl toys all day. Pervert around. You pervert around. I date men who work hard and have something interesting to talk about at the end of the day. And who make sure I don't miss a meal. So, you don't want to do that. You are not what I want. You're rejected. You're a fail. Nothing more pathetic than a bitch who can't move on. So you're flirting and you're thinking that you might be bait is unbelievably stupid. We don't even have words for that. You are not bait. Bait is when you want something. You're not what I want. You're opposite of what I want. Complete opposite of what I want. And everybody has commented, this girl is not his girlfriend. This is not about a romance. This isn't about getting a date. If you want a date, you try to win the person over. You try to win their heart. You do things they like. You do things to make them have a good life. You don't ruin them and rob them and rape them. That's sex trafficking. That's what this is about. Sex trafficking, nothing else. So your bullshit story, as I said last night, is bullshit. Everyone's onto it. Everybody's sick of hearing it. You need to shut up and leave everybody alone. Get off your ass, go work, leave everybody the fuck alone. Get out of my phones, get out of my computer, get out of my life. Leave everybody and everything the fuck alone. Because the only thing that has happened in 13 years, when you contact me, when you cause me loss or problems, when you bother me, when you invade my privacy, when you take from me, is we get more. More evidence of your criminal activity every fucking day for 7 years. You can't be governor if you're that stupid. If you're that stupid. And you gotta say the same fucking thing to you over and over and over and over, and it's still not clicking for you. It goes right over your head. It's cause and effect. When you guys do it to me, you get caught. No other victim has all this. Not one of your victims has all this, do they? Quoting you. Over and over and over and over. And do you know why we got all that? Because I look like that right now. It's horrible. I don't eat every day. I don't have a place to live. Deprivation of basic human rights and needs, food and shelter, is being deprived. And when you do that, when you started doing that to other women, that got us in this. Somebody made a phone call, and you were fucked at that moment. Right then is when your thing started going downhill, because nobody else has all this, do they? Any other victim have all this? Geppetto, Blankenship, Desiree, Monique, Beverly, Calvin, Sonjay. Any other victim have all that? That is a lot. That is a lot of emails about you talking about starving me until I lie. Or starving me back to Texas. And then you're doing it because I look like that. I don't look like I did just right before you decided to kill Chief Miller. And then when when we all start figuring out what's going on here, the timing was just awfully suspicious. Again, it's a week. Again, it's drugged, and when the person doesn't die, we got a false arrest. We got fraud in the court. Perjury. Lies. Bold-faced lies right in court. Right under oath. I don't look like that anymore. I look like I'm fucking a concentration camp. Sleeping in my car. The longer I'm sleeping in my car, the more of these we're going to get. It's been that way for 7 years, every day. And so, what kind of mental slow are you that it takes 7 years for you to get cause and effect, same and different before and after? It's different when you do it to me. It's the same every time you do it. When you contact me, it makes my skin crawl. It makes me want to barf. It's gross. You're gross. You're creepy. You're weirdo. You're strango. You're gross. You're gross. You're rejected. You gross me out. When you contact me after I've asked you not to, you do it anyway. That is stalking. It is a felony, sir. It is a felony crime in all 50 states. So, and for you, federal. So, when you do this, we get all of these every time you say it. And we only need one, but look how many we have. Look how many times Mr. Perry talked about it. Threatened me with it. I mean, there's just shit tons of them here. I'm gonna starve her until she lies. 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 Starve her back to Texas where we can do more to her. We're gonna get her kicked out of her house where I can do more to her. She'll call her ex-husband and he's gonna tell her, you have to move here to Texas against your will, knowing it's gonna get you killed. Or you can live, look like that. I'm not gonna help you. I'm gonna let you look like that. I don't care. This thing that he says, I'm taking care of my son. That boy is my son too. I'm actually the one that carried that boy 9 months and then raised him by myself with a stalker trying to starve us out, taking our home, taking his brother away. Right? We're already the victim of a crime. I'm raising that kid by myself. His dad lives in Dallas. We lived in Lubbock. Then we moved here. Then we lived here, and you did it to us here. And his dad's still in Dallas. So I did that by myself. I raised that young man under extreme, prolonged duress, day after day after day, by myself. And his dad has the nerve to do that. Because you told him to, didn't you? Yeah. I mean, what in the hell? It's, we got to get her back to Texas, so be an asshole to her, and then tell her, what, now, come live with me. Yeah. You're irresponsible. I'm like, listen, I've been working a lot, and now I'm sick. Because I'm not getting the right nutrition, I'm not getting the right sleep. So now I'm sick as a dog. I need a night where I can get both. Sleep in some food. Just one night. Nope. You can continue to starve, it's your problem. Yeah, he helped me all this time until we get, now is he the conduit of coercion after Terry got caught? Is that how that is? You mean he either is or he isn't? After we get that one. This person who helped me all this time and had no problem with it, all of a sudden goes Satan on me, and I'm not going to help you. You can starve. You can be sick, you can starve, you can be destitute, or come to Texas where they're going to kill you. We all know they will, because they did this way to my ex-husband before you did it, 4 months before you did it. The McNamara email, everybody knows what this is. They're going to false arrest me, Ernest. Where is it? It's the famous McNamara email. Everybody talks about it. Because everything that we get goes into great detail, and it's very specific. Here's what specific act they're going to do that's criminal. This was to my ex-husband. Months before, dated October 29, 2015. You did it in January. Exactly what the email says, but you didn't get my kid because I told his dad. Or you would have got him too. We're going to put her in jail and coerce her. You're all about the coercing. You know what guys do that want to get a date, a real love life? They're just nice. I dated a lot of guys, dated a lot of tourists, dated a lot of people from all over the place. Living in Vegas, you have access to people from all over the place. Dated guys I grew up with, dated all kinds of guys. And the ones that were nice to me got the date. The ones that were assholes didn't. They got blown off. They got the blow off. Guess what? All girls are like that. There's a reason you're by yourself. Nobody wants you. You're not loved, you're not wanted, you're told on. Because you're a monster. You're a fucking monster. I'm gonna take her car away. I'm gonna take her car away tonight. Again. Please take her car away. Please, and then she'll lie for me. Please take her car away, and then she'll lie for me. Will I? Sure about that? What are my guys gonna do? What do they do? What will they do to you? Yeah, see, we got names when you start taking my house away. Calvin, Blankenship, Desiree, Sonjay, Monique, Beverly, Lucius, Geppetto. Right? All those names are your people. How many names of my people do you have? Zilch. None. 13 years, no date, no information, no cover-up, nothing. Your crime's never been this uncovered. It started happening when you do it to me. So, cause and effect. When you fuck with me, you get caught. We get information no one else has. And nobody will tell you shit. Because you're cruel. Your cruelty will be your downfall. Your cruelty will be your downfall. It's different when you do it to me, but it is the same every time you do it. We get more and more and more and more and more and more. Mr. Perry, your contact is creepy. Mr. Perry, the methods that you use to contact me are creepy. Do you get a date? No. Do you get information? Hell no. Do you get told on? Yes. So why are you doing it? Why are you doing it anyway? All your contact is creepy. All of it is creepy. These are all the stuff that we got. These are like subjects of my emails that I sent out to my attorneys when I'm typing up a recording of y'all. So that's what all that is. I've typed up a recording y'all. And so that's... And a lot of people won't know what they are, but you will. You will. People don't like your cruelty. We can get information and you can't. People don't like crime. What made you think they'd like yours? When you do things people don't like, they're not going to like you. They like me. We're getting information like that. They don't like you. People in power. A lot of power. So when we got y'all tonight, because you did it again. What did I tell you? When you do the crime to me, you get caught beforehand. When you do the crime to me, you get caught beforehand. How are you going to be governor if you can't understand that? How that works? Huh? And then people have to repeat themselves for you all the time? How do you plan to qualify for governor if you can't understand what people are saying to you the first time? See, most people don't have to be told. You don't get people to like you or cooperate with you or help you or want to date with you by ripping up their life. Taking everything they care about and everything they love. Not how you get a date. Not how you get help. Not how you get cooperation. Not how you get information. Most people don't have to be told that. That's how you get people turned against you. Boom, we can get what we want. Information-wise, we got it just like that. Over and over and over. Day after day after day after day. We can get names, you can't. We can get information, you can't. You have not one... These are contents of your meetings. You can't get that, creepy Chucky. You're creeping me out. Your contact is creeping me out. So we get more. Your contact is unwanted and it's creepy. So we get more. Your invasion of my privacy is vulgar and obscene and disgusting. So we get more. When you take 1 penny of my money, I'm sleeping in my car, you're trying to make me sleep on the streets, we get more. We get it before you do it, sir, not after. We already got it tonight. Already got it. We wanted to take her computer and her car. So she can't work, she can't make money, she can't afford a phone, she can't finish school, so there's no school money because she doesn't have her computer or her phone. and coerce and force and push and pressure and coerce and witness tamper and witness tamper and witness tamper and witness tamper. We got the information before. Again. You asked for that. You always do. When Mr. Perry contacts me at all, he's creeping me out. I want to throw up. I don't like him. I feel nothing but deep, deep, deep disgust for him. Everyone does. That's why we can get information and you can't. That's why we have names, you don't have names. You don't have names. You don't have any information as to what goes on in their meetings. You don't know shit. But we do. $25 million didn't cover up fuck, did it? Nope. It uncovered everything. And I'm like, there's your shovel, dig away. Most people are smart enough to stop digging when they find themselves in a hole. Not you. You keep going. There's your shovel, dig away. There's your shovel, dig away. Everybody's very, very disturbed and upset by what you're putting me and Mike through. And I don't know how many different ways I need to say that. Your contact isn't wanted. You invade my privacy. You take my privacy. You take things from me. You ruin things for me. We get more. We get more. And then everybody's going, now we know they killed Chief Miller. Or why would they witness tamper like they are? Bad. They're really going at her. Her life really got bad after she came out and said he didn't do it. They're guilty. They did it. Or they wouldn't waste their time having a little meeting trying to figure out how to make her fail. One woman trying to make one woman fail. These men are that pathetic. Had they done what she said in March 2020, we would have said, if she continues to assert they killed Chief Miller, she's wrong, if not a little bit crazy, even if they did, because they'd make it look like she's wrong or a little bit crazy. But that's not what they've done. Just like her blood test. Had they not poisoned her, they would have made sure there was a blood test, had a big old drama queen press conference and said, see, she was tested, there's no poison, she lied. But they made sure she didn't have a test. They completely destroyed her evidence. So we know they did poison her, and we know they did poison Mike, and we know they did kill Chief Miller. And your creepy didn't solve a problem, did it? Your creepy made it worse. You're fucking creepy. It doesn't make things better for you. When you creep on me, it makes them worse for you. And you can't be governor if you can't see that by now. You can't even... Can you tie your shoe by yourself? Can you wipe your own ass? I mean, golly, you don't get a date when you make a woman look like that. So what Hitler did is he ripped these people from their homes that they worked hard for all their lives, just like you did to me. Separated families, just like you've done to me. Your creepy is making me mad, and I've asked you to cut it out. Please cut it out. If you don't, we'll please know that we will get more. Write that down. You can't be governor if you can't understand what people are saying to you. And you always respond like you have no fucking idea what I just said. And you have to have people repeat themselves over and over and over, and it's just not clicking for you. It's very embarrassing, Mr. Perry. When you contact me, it doesn't solve your problems, it makes them worse. When you creep around on me, it doesn't solve your problems, it makes them worse. You're disgusting to me. You're repulsive. You're never going to get a date, and you don't have a cover-up. No one else has the information I have. No other victim. So, every time you get creepy to me, that's why. Okay? You dumb fuck. You all there? You're not all there. Your creepy is making things worse for you, not better. It's not solving your problems, is it? It's making them worse. You're creepy. Charles, stop it. Control yourself. This, so he takes everything they worked for and families and rips them apart and takes everything they own, kind of like Al did to me, puts them in a shack with lice, makes them work, doesn't feed them. They eat once or twice a week a biscuit or something, starves them like this, and some of them he gassed and killed them. We couldn't wait to hang that bitch. We could not wait to hang the bitch. Once people started finding out what he was doing, couldn't wait to hang the bitch. Oskar Schindler is a hero for what he did in putting his life at risk to save the, 1,600 Jews, 1,200 Jews. Fucking hero. I understand we've got some distant relationship with him. My grandmother's name was Schindler. When everybody came to Ellis Island, sometimes they spelled things wrong. I I guess they dropped the C. Hers is SHINDLER. But look what I'm going through for other women who are going through it too, but don't know that it's you doing it. They don't know that it's you doing it. I do. I have information no other victim has. Right? Sure you want to piss me off? Sure you want to piss me off? We got it beforehand. We wanted to take her car and her computer, so she has no way to make money. Rob her blind, interfere with commerce and contracts to coerce. And it's duly noted for the record you said that. You've already expressed the intent to do it. Take her car, get her computer, make sure she has no way to make money or finish school and get school loan money, and make her live eating out of a dumpster until she tells us who these guys are. And what do you think they will do? If you kill me, what do you think they'll do to you? If you kill me dead, I starve to death, I die of bronchitis or pneumonia or something, what do you think they'll do to you? You think they're just going to go away? They've always been there. They're the ones getting the information from you to me. What do you think they'll do to you? Do you care? Many pesters are and takes our money. Things don't go well for us. We're seeing things happen we've not seen before, your guy said. We've never had one of our victims figure out we had cameras in their house, that we were causing their problems, or sue us or send an invoice because we're getting entertained doing that to them illegally and making a profit using their body, their property, their utilities against their will without their consent. $1,000 a day for using my body without my consent. $2,000 plus $2,000 a day for doing it without my consent. And you are to cease and desist immediately. You stupid little fuck. You're a sick, twisted bitch. We're all sick and tired of having to deal with. Nobody invited you to Oklahoma. I came here to be with my family and get away from you. No one invited you to Oklahoma. I didn't take you to meet my family. I would never have allowed you around my family. So, cause and effect. You know, Bugsy Siegel, they put his eyeballs on the carpet when it was 5 million. You're at 25 at least. No cover-up. Most uncovered up your crime's ever been. And your mafia's letting you live. Wow, that shocked us. That shocked us. They didn't in Vegas. $5 million, eyeballs are all over the carpet. I'm not suggesting they kill you. I'm just saying that's in comparison to what we've seen in the past. You're lucky to be alive, bitch. Lucky to be alive. The other interesting thing is, who gave you $25 million, by the way? I mean, that's probably well past that now, right? And your crime's never been so uncovered. When you do it to me. Cause and effect. Same and different. It's different when you do it to me, but it's the same every time you do it. Before and after. We get the information before, not after. You gotta repeat this for Mr. Perry. He's slow, mentally slow. He wants to be governor. I don't know how he can't. He acts like he doesn't understand a word you say. His responses are always so way off from what they would be if he understood what the hell you just said. Acts like he has no idea. Okay, so, you know, taking my money, it's 13 years of us repeating everything you say. 13 years. This is not the half of it. We have a witness that said, you know, Mr. Perry, let me find it. We have all this. It's piling up over the years. So he hacks my Dasher app, and then that way he can have somebody set up, ready to pull me over, right? We'll have, have a girl call one of our girls call Charlie's Chicken and order DoorDash, and then get around an algorithm that chooses drivers randomly and make sure they get Cynthia, and then go by this intersection where we'll have her pulled over, take her car, make her destitute. And you've done all this stuff for a long time, and it never gets Mr. Perry a real love life. He repulses me. It never gets you guys information. It never gets you a cover-up. It gets us more information. And the thing is we spot your patterns the second time you do it, not from watching CSI Las Vegas, but from kindergarten, when they teach you patterns. And, you know, they put blocks. We get the blocks. And then, and see, here's the blocks all in a row. And there's 2 green, and then there's a blue one, and then 2 green, and then the blue. Tell me what the pattern is. We all learned it in kindergarten, daycare. So 7 years, you fuck with me, you get caught. You fuck with me, we get more information. You fuck with me, we get Muffin Man. You fuck with me, we get Calvin, Geppetto, Lucius, Beverly, Monique. You know, all the names of people, all these, Blankenship, Desiree, all these names of people that are working with you or have input somehow that's either bad or good. And it's been that way every day for 7 years, and you can't spot the pattern yet. And you keep doing the same thing to get you the same results. We're at a loss. Everybody's at a loss. Everybody's going, wow, doesn't get any dumber than that. Doesn't fucking get any. It's like driving by, it's like if you know there's a cop sitting outside of school on your way to work, and you continue to drive, you know, 70 in a 25, and you get pulled over and you get a ticket, and you get pulled every day. Every fucking day you get pulled over and get a ticket. You know he's there. You do it anyway. You're doing the same thing. It is no different at all. How do you be governor if you can't spot a pattern? If you continue to dig your hole deeper? If you continue to do everything that provokes people with a whole lot more power in their pinky toe than all of you together will ever have? And, because when you hurt me, they're tired of hearing me scream, leave me alone. Please get away from me. Leave me alone. Shut up and go away. They're tired of hearing me scream that. Everybody wants to see me be happy, be able to thrive, be able to live my life in privacy, be left alone. So we can get information and you can't. You have not anything said in any of our guys' meetings. You have none of their names. You don't know who they are. But we have all the stuff from inside your camp. We got names. We got all the whole thing. And you can't figure out the pattern here. When you do it to me, you get caught. It's different than with your other victims, but it's the same every time you do it. We get the information beforehand, not after. It's very specific and very detailed as to what crime you're intending to commit next. We only need one. You guys give us like 100 on the same thing. So there are thousands piling up. Well, the more we get, the easier it will be to get a conviction and restitution. So you want to go to jail for attempted murder? Assault? Because you're making me look like a fucking concentration camp victim? My skin's all hanging off me. Like that. People can spot something's wrong. I had a 3.9 GPA, all of a sudden it tanked. The guy said from my school, you can tell something is wrong. She did excellent. Then all of a sudden you can tell they did something to her. All of a sudden her grades went way down. For 3 years, she's had excellent grades. 3.9 GPA for 3 years straight. She's on the dean's list straight. All of a sudden, boom, it goes down. They did something to her. You can tell. Mr. Perry did something to her, to hurt her. You can tell. How many men sit around trying to figure out a way to make me fail? One woman is that much of a threat to your criminal organization? See, I'm not doing this alone. I can't get the information from you. I don't have any way to do that. I have zero resources. I can barely eat. So who is getting it from you and giving it to me? If you continue to hurt me, what will they do to you? What they said is her privacy is not to be invaded again. Mr. Perry is not to contact her again. She is not to be broke and have to ask for money ever again. Period. Instead, you guys got me kicked out of that hotel and threw all my stuff away. So we got Geppetto's name. We got Lucius's name. We got Beverly and Monique's name. We got Sonjay's name. Out of that. We got Beverly's name because you made me take a cold shower. Again. That's your part of your torture, your sex trafficking torture. You like to torture women and children. Tormenting and torturing. There's an article in, I think it's WebMD. What is fucked up about somebody's mind who likes to torture people and torment them and menace? What kind of mental disease would they have? Because that's not normal. And when you do things people don't like, they're not going to like you. They're going to want you to be gone. So, because of that, we have no problems getting all these. And nobody will tell you fuck. You have nothing. You have no idea who it is helping me. The reason they're so effective is because nobody knows who they are. Yep, I'm the lightning rod. You're always going at me. While they sit around and listen to what you say all day. Everywhere you say it. How do they do that? Yeah, see, you don't know. But we got this tonight. Get her at 71st and Mingo. Pull her over. Tell her we're going to put her in her shelter. Then that way, when she's in a shelter, it'll be easier to get to her computer. Heard ya. We get it before you do it, not after. And we get it because Mr. Perry contacts me, pesters me, and takes my money. And you limit my money when you hack my DoorDash app. Right? And then when I try to apply for work, I mean, anybody who can fog a mirror can get a job at Walgreens and work at Walgreens. This is not rocket science over here. It's fucking retail, little bitty retail drugstore. Anybody can work at Walgreens. Anybody can work at Walgreens. And they tell me I'm not qualified. And I'm like, oh my God. We all started laughing. That's Charles Perry right there. There's no fucking way. Anybody can fucking do that job. I owned my own business, medical business. So, what happened? What'd you do? You substantiated the witness, is what you did. You make sure they can't find work. You called Amazon. We know you called Amazon. We heard you talking about it. I could have made money on Cyber Monday. I don't need to take charity that should be set aside for those people who cannot work. Mentally ill or on drugs or whatever, disabled. Those charitable organizations, shelters and shit, those are for those people. And you don't have the right to rob them so that you can witness tamper. Okay? So you want to keep doing this crap. Again, what are the results? What are the outcomes? We get more and more and more. What day are they going to be done and they arrest you? And the more we have, the easier it will be to get a conviction and restitution for all the victims. Creepy Chucky. You're not hot, you're not sexy, you're not bait. You repulse everybody. You too, David. You too, Calvin. Cruelty is kicking your ass, and you don't even know that. You're too stupid. All you have to do is look at it. We could spot a pattern the second time you do it. Here you guys do the same thing every day. You get the same results for 7 years. I didn't ingratiate myself to police, Mr. Powell, as you keep telling people. They're just smarter than you. All they're doing is looking at the facts. That's it. As it turns out, these guys have known me since I was in my early adulthood. But they watch. They can see. Why can't you? You can put 2 and 2 together. Why can't you? We get this stuff beforehand. Something's up, Mr. Powell. What does this email mean to you, Mr. Powell? Do you know what this email means? What it means that I have it? I think you don't. I don't think you have any idea. I think you haven't even... I don't think you can tie your shoe by yourself, really. If you can, I don't know how. So, and you guys that help them, I mean, really, the best you can do with your life is be the bitch of a sex weirdo. Somebody that can't understand a word you say and has to have the same thing repeated day after day after day after day after day. Just some rejected bitch. Can't move on. Pathetic. Sits around acting like a little girl, watching TV, pretending, playing with little girl toys all day. Perverts around, betrays his family, betrays the vows to his wife and his relationship with his kids. Lies to him. What do they think you're doing when you're bothering me? What is it you tell people you're doing? Nothing good. Ted Cruz is working his ass off. That's why he's got some power and you don't. Yep. You need to get off your ass and quit being lazy and go work. Is what you need to do. So they also got this puzzle to me. Everybody knows about the Fabian puzzle. These are all the things we had beforehand, not after. Mike was drugged, all that. There, got that to me in jail. Fabian made me hope. There's these texts, see. To Fabian the night David came in and introduced himself to me the first time. As your hitman. Told me he was going to put me in the lake. So we were like, wow, okay. Yeah, okay. So these are his texts that I was telling him what David said after we talked. Look at the date. October 13, 2015. I texted Fabian that night. Yep. And when I'm in jail, I get that. In jail. So when we get all this stuff, it's not up to you, is it? Nobody calls you and says, is it okay if we take what you just said in your criminal organization meeting where you're planning a crime against Cynthia? Is it okay if we take that from you and give it to her? Nope, it's never up to you. We control that too, by the way. We've always controlled the flow of information. You've never had any control over it at all. Mr. Perry, you can't even control yourself. You're as pathetic as they come. This, they got that to me in jail. It wasn't up to you, was it? Nope. Charles, your contact is very creepy, and I don't like it, and I've asked you to stop. When you do it anyway, we get more. Mr. Perry, we get more stuff like this. What does it mean that I have that? Act like you understand me. How do you be governor if you can't understand what people are saying to you? You have Huntington's disease, so you already have a diagnosis that would, Huntington's disease causes paranoia and delusion. So you already got that. You already got the medical diagnosis for delusion. Don't you? You got Alzheimer's too? Why do we have to repeat ourselves all the time for you? Most people don't have to be told this stuff at all. You have to be told over and over and over and over and over. When you do it to me, you get caught. When you do it to me, you get caught. You're not getting a date out of this. Nobody's in love with you. No woman is trying to see you. I've tried 11 times to get a judge to make you stay away from me. You need to control yourself, bitch. Control yourself, bitch. You're embarrassment to everybody. I asked our shrink, why isn't he embarrassed by the weirdo shit he does? Creepy weirdo crap. No normal person could think up if they had to. She said, I told you I believe him to be mentally retarded severely, so he doesn't know he should be. Doesn't have any idea. Has no idea what you're saying, and that's why you're having to repeat yourself all the time. Plus, I believe he's got senility, dementia, senile dementia, or some sort of aging degenerative disease like Alzheimer's. He's got Huntington's disease. That'll make you. It's making you wacky. If you look at the Bible, you got David, King David. He's just a kid, and he's watching the sheep of his father, and he's conquering lions and bears and all that, keeping them away from the sheep. And all of a sudden, a priest comes and calls for him and anoints him king. He's just a kid. Then he goes to work for Crazy Saul, because Crazy Saul decides to consult a witch, and it makes him literally, God will turn you over to a reprobate mind if you pursue evil that hard. He will just be fine. Like King Ahab, I'm looking for a deceptive spirit. We got a really cruel, mean, awful man, and he's not going to turn around. He's made up his mind. This is what he wants to be, but he's hurting people, and we've had enough of it. So I need a deceptive spirit to go mislead him into thinking he is going to win the battle, and he's going to die, and then it's over. Suffering's over. People will finally have some peace and joy again, instead of oppression and fear and threats and anxiety and stress. So a spirit comes out and says, it's in like 1st or 2nd Kings. This is how King Ahab died. And a deceptive spirit comes forward and said, I'll do it. So he says, okay, go do it. So he does. He convinces. He tells him he tells God, here's how I will make him think he's going to win the battle. I'll go talk to his witches, his sorcerers, and lie to him. You're going to win. So that's what they did. And he ends up dying in battle, just like God planned, unfortunately. And we're all God's supposed to be this merciful, compassionate, and he is. But sometimes he has compassion and mercy for those you're hurting enough to where he comes to you and he gives you time to change, and if you won't change, you're done. He will give you over to a reprobate mind. That's what he did to Ahab. That's what he did to Saul. Saul went and sought a witch and made him kooky. Seeking out the wrong thing will. You're choosing to believe a lie. You're saying, I don't want the truth. I don't want God. I don't want the truth. I just want a lie. Okay, have your lie. I'll give you have free will. Go do what you do. You're turned over to a reprobate mind, which will destroy you. So he goes and Mr. Perry, I listen, no one understands why you think I care what you think. Didn't ask you. I asked you not to contact me. Get out of my phone. He types in my other phone, and a lot of times if I stop and say, stop, get out of my phone, he'll stop. He'll shut up. Who's Monique? We keep asking you, who's Monique, sir, to you? Who's Calvin to you? Then all of a sudden he'll get quiet. Not a peep. So this guy that never shuts up gets real quiet when we start asking, who's Monique to you? Who's Calvin to you? Who's Blankenship and Desiree to you? Who's Geppetto to you? Who's Beverly to you? How do you know these people? When did you meet them? You pay them. What do you pay them to do for you? So and Jay. Anyways, so we have So we have David is going into the palace to play his harp for Saul to calm him down. It calmed him down. And then here's Goliath, and he's taunting. There's something about demonic people that they like to taunt and tormenting and taunting it. You know, Paul, there was Saul, and he was killing Christians, and God hit him with a light on the path to Damascus and said, "Why are you killing my people?" And he thought it was the right thing to do. At that time, Jesus was a heretic, and the priests were trying to kill him. The high priest Caiaphas is who killed Jesus, the 430 pieces of silver. He's the one that went to the Romans and said, "Please kill him. He's a heretic." So anyway, that's a whole other story. But Paul had a stalker too. This woman that was just tormenting him and tormenting him. He changed his name from Saul to Paul once he realized that he was doing the wrong thing. And that's the thing that God will do. He'll bring you a light so you can see the error of your ways, and you either change or you don't. It's not no skin off his nose. He sent his son to die for everyone. It is his will that none perish. But that's up to you. He'll give you free choice. So he's in heaven, you know, where things are great and wonderful and nobody's trying to hurt you. Either way. So David, here comes Goliath, and he's doing the taunting and the tormenting all you whack job Satanist types do. And he, they had a whole armies that had been trained in how to fight in a battle. Well, they weren't getting the guy. David comes on, brings his brother's lunch and shit, and he's like, "Who is this who's defying the armies of the living God? What are you letting him do this for? I'll get him." And his brothers were mad at him. They're like, "You and your arrogance." And he's like, No, I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm just saying, I'll get him. So he goes to Saul, and Saul tries to put his army on him, and it's too big. The traditional way did not work here. The traditional way of fighting the giant did not work. So, and we've done some things in this situation with Mr. Perry that were non-traditional, because the traditional way doesn't work with this big of a wicked criminal organization. We got him elected, so he's a public figure. I've explained why we did that. Yep, hang on. I've explained why we did that. So, if he's trying to, fight this Goliath, and he's trying to, hang on. So David forgoes the armor. He's not going to do it the traditional way, and he goes in and he asks God to help me slay the giant. Gets his rock and his slingshot and whacks him, cuts his head off. Game over. Then he's supposed to be king, right? He's hiding in caves. He's living in a fucking cave. So a lot of the Psalms that you read of this, my heart is down, I'm distressed, I'm upset, is over that. God, this is not what you promised me. You promised me I'd be king. I'm living in a damn cave. While crazy man is going around trying to kill me. Saul tried to kill David all the time. It's just like you guys are. Always trying to fucking kill me. And nobody understands why you keep doing that, because you get caught every single time you try to do something to me. Every time. Every contact, Mr. Perry, that you make with me is unwanted. It's disgusting, and it helps us get more, by the way. Is that what you wanted? You never get a date. You don't get information. Nobody will help you with that. You get told on when you contact me and when you take my money. And here I am, living in a cave, having to deal with crazy Saul chasing me. Right? So, are you proud of yourself? That you have such a bad sex weirdo problem, you have zero control over it, and it is ruining people's lives, and even yours, and you can't see that? You don't know? You're not embarrassed? You should be? What you're doing is a criminal act, because people don't like it when you do that, and when you do things people don't like, they're not going to like you, and no one does, and that's why we can get information, and you can't. Nobody will tell you fuck you have not one. This is from a meeting that you had when you planned this thing. And you told somebody, and it disturbed them, and it upset them. And we get stuff like that every fucking day, like we did tonight. Because you pestered me all damn day, and I'm broke. And it pisses my guys off. because they've seen me thrive, they've seen me have a good life, and they've watched you ruin it. And people here have watched you ruin it, and it makes them sick. And a lot of them have told me, we've watched you do pretty fucking well, in spite of what Mr. Perry's trying to do to you. We can't wait to see what you do when he's gone, finally gone. And you can finally just be free. You're a burden and in a position everybody just wants dumped off. So because of that, we can get information like the McNamara email, and you can't get shit. Nothing. People are sick and tired of watching the suffering. If you watch the news, you can see people do not like suffering. You got UNICEF that goes in feet. Charles, people don't like the suffering you are causing. Mr. Perry, people are sick and tired of the suffering you're causing me. Mr. Perry, I need for you to shut up. I don't care what you think. We're all sick of hearing it. Everybody's sick and tired of the suffering you're causing to me. Stop it. You stop. I didn't invite you here. I don't like your contact. I don't like anything to do with you. Shut up and leave me alone. I don't care what you think. No one understands why you think I would. You're stupid. You're just stupid. Nobody understands why you think I care what you think. You never shut up. Everybody's sick of you. So we can get this. You have nothing from our guys' meeting. No name, nothing. We have all of this from yours. We got all those names. Let me say them again for you, Mr. Mental Slow. Calvin, Blankenship, Desiree, Sonjay, Geppetto, Monique, Beverly. Right? Lucius. Who are those people to you, and how did you meet them? You have any name of my guys? You don't. Not even one. Your only question, everybody's sick of the suffering you're causing to me. Everybody's sick and tired of watching you cause suffering to me. Everybody's very, very disturbed, upset, sick at their stomach at the suffering you're causing to me. Everybody's sick and tired of hearing you talk at all. Why can't you get that? You can't be governor if you can't respond right to what people say, and it has to be said to you over and over and over. It still doesn't click for you. It's very aggravating to have to deal with somebody like you. Stupid. Just stupid. You don't go around ruining people's lives and think people are going to get behind you and support you. They're against you, so we can get information like this, and you cannot. You need to shut up and get out of my life and get your own fucking life. You made a commitment to your wife, Jacqueline, to honor her and your commitments to her. So go honor her and your commitments to her, and be with your kids and your family, and get busy working. Get off your fat, lazy, perverted ass and go work. And go be normal and let us do our job. And shut up. Otherwise, just shut up. I'm not asking you. When you contact me, we get more. When you take my money, we get more. Nothing else has happened in 13 years but that. Every fucking day, all day long, we get more. Nothing else has happened in 13 years but you get caught. $25 million didn't cover up shit. Act like you understand me. Act like you understand me. You don't have any idea what I just said, do you? He doesn't know. He has no fucking idea what I just said. I'll have to say it again tomorrow. So, he doesn't know what it means that we have this email right here. He has no idea. He doesn't know what it means that I had that they got that to me in jail. No idea. Goes right over his head. Cannot put anything together like that. When you fuck with me, your crime gets caught. When you fuck with me, your crime gets caught. Nothing else has happened in 13 years but that. Every fucking day. We quote you guys. We get the information before, not after. And then when you do it, I go, well, I told you so. Now we have mens rea and premeditation. Malicious forethought. So you said you wanted to cause bodily injury, and you have. I'm not lying for you. I'm saying I told you so. So, you want an apology. I said no. I'm not going to help you. We all want you gone. When you're gone, I won't be broke ever again. I have zero motive to help you. I'm not going to help you continue to ruin my life. And other people's too. Why would I do that? See, I shouldn't have to say that. He should just know. Probably she's not going to have any interest at all in helping me ruin her. And rip her life up. and take everybody and everything she cares about and torment her and torture her constantly and starve her. Probably she's going to help the guys that are helping stop that. You're being stopped every time you're told on. Do you know that? Do you understand that? Probably not. You need a fucking nurse to help you understand this stuff. It's very embarrassing that you're this stupid. Very embarrassing to me that you're this stupid. And everybody's tired of you dragging this on and on and on. You have no real love life. You're rejected. You get told on every time you try to contact me or take something from me. You get told on. We get it before, not after. I'm having to repeat over and over and over and over the same thing. Most people don't ever have to be told at all. You know, you got to disconnect in your brain. Wires are missing. Most people never have to be told this. And you've had to be told over and over and over and over. And you still don't get it. Everybody hates you for what you're putting me through. Everybody's sick of the suffering you're causing me. Everybody's sick and tired, Mr. Perry, of the suffering you're causing me. Everybody's very worried about me and Mike Neely, not you. Everybody's sick and tired of the imposition and the burden that you are. Nobody invited you to Oklahoma. You've come up here and caused very, very severe loss. Very awful, catastrophic suffering. Everybody's sick and tired of it. So we can get information and you can't. Act like you understand what that means. David, what does it mean that we have all this? There's nothing political discussed in here, by the way. Nothing at all. What does it mean that we have this, David? Do you know, Lucius? All you guys that sit around and we're going to take everything she has and make her destitute and take her computers so she can't do her schoolwork and then she won't get her school money and she'll make sure she can't get a job, even at Walgreens. She gets a waiting tables job, we'll make sure we send our guys in and they run her ass off and she won't be tipped. We won't tip her. We'll complain about her. We hear all that. We get all that. Tonight was a live feed, by the way. Tonight was a fucking live feed. Who else pissed right now? You know, don't be pissed. This is, you know, I'm going to starve her into a lie. I'm going to starve her into a lie. That's illegal. That's why you're by yourself. That's why you're told on, dumbass. Because you're cruelty. You're very, very, very cruel. This, all of this, every time you piss my guys off, they go at you like a motherfucker, and then we get more and more, and you try to make me look like that, and I do, pretty fucking close. That happens when you eat once or twice a week. We get more. You don't get a date. We got this on. This was all a live feed. I mean, I literally texted him, arrived at the store, walked in, picked up the food, walked out, hit confirm pickup and go, oh, what do you know? I'm supposed to go at 71st Domingo. Seconds after I texted him. Seconds, literally, after. It was a live feed. They played a live feed for me. When you bother me, and when you cause suffering to me, and when you cause loss to me, we get more. Every day, all day long, we get more. Nobody will give you any information because everybody's sick and tired of the suffering you're causing me. And Mike. Everybody's sick of you. Everybody's sick and tired of y'all. Causing so much agony. And so much pain. And so much misery. You're an imposition and a burden and a cancer. Everybody just wants gone. Now, did I repeat myself enough times, Mr. Perry, for you to grasp easy concepts out of that? You need finger paints or, I mean, golly.
Leave me alone. I don't agree for this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want to pray for this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
Okay, so 6 times she says, leave me the fuck alone. Stalking is a felony, hacking is a felony, voyeurism is a felony, coercion is a felony, witness tampering is a felony, trafficking and exploitation are felonies, obstruction of justice is a felony, perjury is a felony, fraud upon a court is a felony, depending. What else? I mean, you name it, you guys have done it. And you get caught when you do it to me every day for 7 years. I don't like you, Mr. Perry. Move on. Grow a pair, act like a man, stop acting like a little princess, and move on. You embarrass the hell out of me. You embarrass the fuck out of me. Respond like you understand me, and stop making everybody repeat themselves, because you can't be governor if you can't keep up with everybody else. Most people never have to be told they don't like your crime. They don't like it. You get told on because people don't like crime. Why'd you think they'd be okay with yours? Leave me alone. When you try to tell me what you think, it makes me want to barf. I don't care. Didn't ask you. No one asked you. Shut up and get away from me. I didn't invite you to Oklahoma. I moved here to get away from you and be with my family. You came up here and you've done nothing but rape, rob, and ruin, and everybody's sick of the suffering you cause. So we can get information and you can't. Write it down, Alzheimer's. Write it down. Nobody asked him what he thought of her clothes, did they? Not one person said, what do you think of her clothes? He's a whack job. What did she say? She said, leave me the fuck alone 6 times. Are you nutty like him? You think they'd elect him as governor of Texas? What's the difference? You're just the same. You act like you don't understand what people say to you. It's embarrassing. It's so fucking embarrassing.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to, but even when they're not. Unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
Mr. Perry's only question is, who told on me? Who's telling on me? Who told on me? Sir, shut up. Have some empathy for those you ruined. Everybody's worried about me not having food and a shelter. And you're trying to take my car away. And interfering with contracts and commerce. Everybody's very angry at you for doing that to me. Sir, no one cares what you think. Or who told on you. You are pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. You embarrass the hell out of me. All your contact is creepy and I don't like it, so stop it. When you do it anyway, we get more. When you take my money, we get more. The longer I'm broke and Mike is in jail, the more we get. The more we get, the easier it will be to get a conviction and restitution. And I'm repeating myself for you again. How do you be governor when you can't understand what people say? I don't think you can. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Nobody asked you what you think or what you want, did they? Leave me the fuck alone.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to, but even when they're not. Unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
Alright, so does your contact fix your problems for you? Does creeping around on me fix your problems for you? It does not. It makes them worse. Does taking my money fix your problems for you? It doesn't. It makes them worse. We get more. Is that what you want? You act like it is. I asked you not to contact me at all. I asked you to fuck off. I do not like you. You make me want to throw up. I don't like creepy guys. I don't like weirdos. I don't like boring. I don't like bizarro. I don't like child pornographers or cop killers or pimps. I don't like you. So, I don't go out with a man unless he makes sure I don't miss a meal, ever. I don't hang out with weirdos. I don't. You're not my kind. You don't fit into my crowd. You don't even kind of fit into my crowd. You're a weirdo. You have a club of weirdos. Y'all sit around and convince each other you're normal. You're not normal. If you're doing something that's illegal, people don't like it when you do that. They made it a crime. You go to jail. If you do things people don't like, they're not going to like you. And no one does. We can get information and you can't. Everybody's sick and tired of the suffering you're causing me. So stop. Or don't complain when we quote you again and we catch it again. Before you do it. Like we did tonight. Leave me the fuck alone. Mind your own business and get out of mine. You're not wanted, you're not loved, you're just told on. Every day for 13 years. 25 million didn't cover up shit.